live, it says on me. I'm live. Well, thank you, YouTube. I would never have known. All right. So I totally let me get this set up. I want to see less of me and more of thee. Gina Mead made it. Joanne, give me something in the comments to know you can see and hear me. Okay. Just so I don't have to uh worry like that. Okay, I love it. Becky's got the ear and the eye. Awesome, my dear. This is my yoga block. Awesome. Thank you, you guys. I had to move my yoga block because it was being in the way because I was just doing the TikTok live. Now you can see a different version. It's a different thing. There we go. Hey, Erin. Nice to see you. Now, here's a fun thing. Erin and yeah, I love it. People coming over from TikTok. Let's get into some good stuff, shall we? Erin, you might want to take a look at the secret page because I scheduled a number of declutter parties for June, especially with you and other party people in mind. Okay. I did that because you showed up and you said what worked for you. And so you are going to see some dates and times that hopefully work for you. Now, the tickets are not available yet. That is a whole nother behind the scenes thing that I will not bore you with, but the tickets will be available as of June 1st, which is Sunday, sometime on Sunday. And I'll send out an email about it. Okay. So lovely. I love that many people are hopping over from TikTok. Notice it's not as scary as you think it will be. There we go. Destination YouTube. I love it. See, you had an eye on where you wanted to go and you figured out how to get there. Rochelle, that's okay. I am glad you are taking care of your physical body. Rochelle says, I've missed a lot of parties because I had surgery. Yay for surgery. I know it sounds weird. Kara, nice to see you. Kara, I saw your thing about mini clover. I'm going to write that down. That stuff looked freaking adorable. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I'll use a pencil instead. Mini clover. Not minic lover. So, you guys, for those of you, there may be some people, I always want to make sure to introduce myself to new people who just randomly are finding me on YouTube. It's highly unlikely. It's a different kind of environment, but that's okay. If you haven't met me, though, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. And my head's in the way of this little road trip metaphor, and I'm here to help you through the journey of decluttering. Okay. Now, we were talking about some good stuff on YouTube. Excuse me, TikTok. I'm just going to plug in my phone here. Here's something I was thinking about yesterday, and I mentioned it on one of the YouTube lives. Was let's embrace the liveness of what's going on here. The reason I say that is because I don't want this to be like a one-way street where it's like a podcast where I just sit there and talk and hope that what I'm saying is going to hit you where you need help. There we go. Ann Alexander, nice to see you. Oh, hi, room. Hi, people. I raised my mug to you. This is live, not Memorex. If you had the opportunity to ask me a question that where you're curious, you're stuck, you don't know something about decluttering, you do have that opportunity. It's right here. I love it. I love it. So embrace the liveness of this because you can't do this on a recording. You can't do this on a podcast, but you can do it right now. And you are cool enough to have shown up. So you get to ask me questions in the live. And I get to help you to the best of my abilities. Stacy Wood says, yay, I found you here. Yes, here I am. Here I am. I'm here a wicked lot. I am. And I'm going to be. I am telling you, the month of June is light for me travel wise. So it's going to be heavy for me declutter wise because I want you guys to be so less cluttered by July than you are now. All right. Now I have to digress here. Okay. Because Kara, I freaking love this, went to Barry Manilow at the TD Garden, the Boston Garden, right? Last night with my BFF since third grade and my hubby. Kitschy, but my 10-year-old self was so happy. Oh, honey, I am telling you, that's a high five because a couple of years ago, I said to my husband, I know you're going to laugh at me, but I don't care. I want to go see Barry Manilow. And so what we did, because we missed when he was on tour in the Philly area, is we flew out to Vegas and saw Barry Manilow. And it was so much fun. I had no idea. I kind of did actually of how many of his songs that I loved and I could sing. Could it be the magic at last? Oh, I don't even need to sing into a little um pencil because I have a microphone. It was the copa. I'm not going to sing them all, but I could. Having fun, not caring what anybody else thinks, but saying this would make me happy. And your 10-year-old self lives inside of you, you know? So yay for that. Yay. Good stuff. Carla Jane has showed up. I'm using my microphone. Good things. Now, I am more easily able to scroll here. Okay. Anne says, just happen to look at the time and check if you're live. Yay. I love it. Um, I'm like halfway through getting rid of my years old scrapbook boxes. Yay. I love like halfway through. That's great. You started here and you've gone and done some stuff and you're well on your way to have going through all of your scrapbook boxes and deciding what you keep and what you go, you know? Okay. Patty M, I love that you're putting something in the comments so we can help. Yay. And I love that we love this group. See, it's a wicked fun bunch of people. Okay? Yeah. Uh so Carla Jane says, what's going on with Barry Gibb? Oh, I hope he's not sick. He is, I think, one of the last Bee Gees that we have, though. Somebody Google it and let us know that Barry's okay. All right. But here, Patty M says, once a small area is decluttered, I freeze organizing. Oh, interesting. Patty M. As if we were on the bleachers at Rydell High and you were telling me about about John Travolta. Tell me more. Did he get very far? Tell me more, tell me more. Like, does he have a car? Oh, everybody, let's send out some good vibes to Barry. Barry, not Manilow, but Barry Gibb. Okay, the Barrys. Our lives were made better by the Barrys. Isn't that funny? I never even thought of that connection until Carla Jane made it. So our hearts go out to Barry Gibb. May he reflect on having a wonderful life, knowing how many hearts he has touched, and may he pass peacefully, knowing he did a good job on this planet, and may we all do it. Oh, hey, Scoops! Maybe I need a nap and a snack. Scoops, check me out. I have continued my habit tracker in a rainbow fashion. I will totally do that in June too for Pride Month. And I even started up after I got home from vacation. Yay. So, now, I want to get back to Patty M. A small area is decluttered, I freeze organizing. Now, here's the thing I would like you to think of. Maybe this will help you. Organizing. Organizing should help you in a certain way. Organizing means it's going to be easy for you to find something. So when you go to look for a thing, where's a natural place for you to go find it? So, finding a home for something that makes sense to you is part of organizing. Making sure that home fits the object, the container is appropriate for the object you're putting it into. You're not going to try to put your stereo into a junk drawer, right? Probably smaller things. But also, in the decluttering, hopefully you've done the quality quantity. How many items of this feels like the right amount for me? So, what I would offer to you when you freeze, you have had a thought that has stopped you. You have had a thought that has told your heart to put the brakes on, to stop moving forward. What's that thought? What's that thought? Now, you can write it down in the comments, you can write it down to yourself. But notice when we were talking on the TikTok Live about that gap, that little point where you always have an opportunity to say, hold on, your traffic cop hand. Say, wait a minute. And it sometimes doesn't even take a minute. A minute can be a long time. Wait a minute. What are the words in my head that are stopping me, that are causing me to freeze? I also want to clue in. To me, I always say, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fearful thought. What am I afraid is going to happen if I move forward? Something I'm afraid of has caused me to stop. What is it? Writing that down. Okay? Write that down. You can share it with me and I can help you because notice Notice this. We get very vague, we get very general. Once a small area is decluttered, okay, let's get specific. What is a specific small area that you have decluttered and now you're frozen? Let's thaw you out, shall we? Let's play freeze tag and I'll be it and I will tag you so you can be unfrozen. All right? Now, all right. Kimberly Cox says, I put all my frames on two tables. How do I start? They are frames people gave me with pictures. I took the pictures I liked out. Okay. Notice how you picked pictures you like. Okay. How about what are the frames you like? If somebody play this game with you, decluttering is often playing a game. I'm going to play a game that this is not my table. These are not um my frames. I'm going to pretend that I don't know the story behind them. And I am in a store and I am walking past this table full of empty frames. And I'm going to decide in this store, not at my house, with no story attached to these frames of people gave them to me. Do I want to buy any of these frames? Would I buy any of these frames? Would I be excited? Would I be leaning in to grab that, hoping nobody else buys it before I do? Place store, place shopping. This is how we have fun and get stuff done with me, okay? We play games. So, Kimberly, if they were in a store, would you be running to that table to grab them for fear somebody else was going to get it before you? Play that. Okay. Oh, I'm just reading what Carla's saying about Barry Gibb. Let's offer him peace. Okay. So Patty is saying, I guess I decided what I want to keep. Now what to do with it? Okay. Well, in very simple terms, put it at a place that makes sense to you. But let's talk about it. Is it decorative? Is it functional? Is it both? You put decorative things in a place where you can see them to decorate. You put functional things, sometimes you can store them. Like you're not going to have a, I don't know, a kitchen knife on your mantelpiece, or maybe you do. You do you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So notice, Kimberly, this is beauty. I love this. So Kimberly is saying, I don't. I don't want them. I'm feeling bad. I want to give them away. So it is okay not to want them. Let's play another game. Kimberly, you gave a picture to somebody in a frame and you hoped they would like that frame. And you randomly find out that they liked the picture, but they didn't like the frame and they gave the frame away. How would you feel if somebody you loved gave away that frame? Now, I am hoping your answer is going to be I would not care if they gave the frame away or not. So notice the fear. The fear. You're feeling bad. No, the person gave you the gift. The gift wasn't the thing. The gift was the feeling, the thing behind the thing was the feeling of I love you. I love you so much I gave you this gift. The gift is ancillary. The gift is an excuse to show their love for you. It allowed the transaction that, hey, I was thinking of you. Don't feel bad. You're making yourself feel bad by hanging on to them. You would feel better if you didn't have the frames. Because if there was no story attached to the frame, I wish I had something in a frame here. I do, but I don't want to ruin my just at my display. You can detach the story from the frame. You can forget. You can turn down the volume. You can say, my aunt gave me that frame because she loves me, but I don't need to keep the frame to remind myself that I have friends who love me. You are going to feel better when you get rid of those frames. Your friends don't want you to feel burdened and heavy with something you don't want. They want you to feel good. I would like to say, being the same thing. Yeah. And I love this. So Anne says it too. Yeah. Um, Becky is going through the same thing. So Anne is saying it has been oddly, simply helpful. Just having Beth say, it's okay if you don't want this stuff. Yeah. And here's a funny thing. What's the absolute worst thing that could happen? Here's another game that was very fun for one of my one-on-one clients. Okay? Was what is the absolute worst thing that could happen if you donated those frames? Okay? Go there. Go to what you are afraid of. What's the absolute worst? Okay? That could happen with those picture frames. If you got rid of them, what are you afraid is going to happen? What's the worst thing that could happen if you donate the frames? Listen to your heart. Listen to your story. Don't be afraid of it. My thing, I guess I'm going to is that somebody is going to notice that you got rid of it. They're going to ask about it and then you're going to have to tell them you donated it. How often does that happen? And even if it does, if there's Judgy Judgerson who comes into your house and is like, "Hey, where's that thing I gave you?" You can say, "None of your goddamn business. That's my Boston coming out." All right. Now, but notice, you want to give them away. You're feeling bad because there's tension. Something is pulling you back. Where's my, did I have that little? Oh, we do. Check it out. Tension. We get the tension, right? You want to give it away? You give it away. No tension. You want to keep it? You keep it. No tension. Tension means there's a struggle. The yin and yang, the push me, pull you. You say, I want to give them away. But part of you is saying, no, don't do that because of this. Until you resolve that tension, it's going to be stressful. I say, listen to why you're afraid of giving them away. Say, is that really going to happen? If it happened, could I deal with it? Calm down your fears, quiet down your fears, listen to them to learn what's stopping you. And then decide if that's worthy of feeling bad and keeping frames you don't want. Now, I love it. Becky is offering, just did this yesterday. Box of frames, some bought many years ago. Some aren't my style anymore. Buy frames. Yeah, there we go. Scared. I love it because I'm just catching up on the comments. Scared, fear. When they visit, they'll ask where my frame is. Okay. Now, I don't know the people you hang out with. Have they ever done that before? Have they ever come in to your home and said, "Where's that gift I gave you?" Now, if they have, all right, be prepared with an answer. Be prepared with an answer. But notice, you're keeping something in your house 24/7, 365 on the off chance that someday that person might come into your house and notice that the framed thing is not there and ask you about it versus you living in your house 24/7, never having to look at a frame you don't like. Who's more important in your home, you or them? The answer is you. Okay, there we go. Now, Kimberly says they won't remember. All right. So, Patty, all right, there we go. I'm donating them and putting them in a box. Thanks. You're amazing at helping all of us. You're welcome. But notice what I'm doing, you guys. I think I love what I'm doing because you know what I'm doing? As I am giving you the space, the permission, I'm reminding you that it's okay to listen to yourself and do what you want to do. Practicing that, Anne says it's kind of like a permission slip. I allow you to say it's okay. I don't want this stuff anymore. Yeah, because some other voice is telling you it's not okay. I'm here to tell you it's okay. And which one? Yeah. And as Joanne says, like Flea and Anthony Kiedis, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Or if you like Disney, let it go, let it go, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Now, Freddie Pepper, I'm reading the comments, so that's why. Carla says, I don't like the super ornamental things that my mom did. My daughter does. All kinds of 60s stuff and frames, etc., that my daughter has spray painted the mess out of it and given a totally new life. Yes, somebody else liked it. You don't. That's okay. They liked it. That's okay. You don't. That's okay. Somebody else in the world will probably be so excited to see that in a thrift store. Freddie Pepper is saying, I bought my friend a lovely hand painted wine glass that I thought Sheeted door. I spied it in the yard sale box untouched. I didn't say a word. Yep. And I just chuckled to myself that I picked the wrong thing. Yeah. She may have loved it. She may have liked it. She may have appreciated the thought. I saw this and thought of you. I thought of you. Who doesn't want to know that somebody is thinking of you? That's a wonderful feeling. I was thinking of you. And here is evidence of me thinking of you when I was down in Lewis, Delaware at a gift shop. You don't have to buy something for somebody to let them know you're thinking of them. The wonderful thing is, we have texts, we have phone calls. You can say, you can take a picture of it. I was thinking of you when I saw this. I want you to know I saw this and it made me think of you. I do this all the freaking time because I don't want to add to anybody else's clutter. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I love it. I love that Carla Jane's daughter is giving a new life to things that Carla herself did not want. It is okay to state a claim to say, I get that you like that, but I don't, and that's okay. I'm not any less than for liking something different than you. We have different tastes. Um, okay. Now, Stacy says, it hurts me when others don't treasure gifts I've given or toss them. Okay. I would want to dig deeper with that with you. Why do you hurt? Are you afraid they don't like you? Notice the fear in you because they simply have a different style of taste than you. Are you afraid they're throwing you into the garbage can? Notice when you are being overly attached to an outcome. When we give a gift, it's a best guess effort that somebody will like it. We hope we get it right. But even people who collect certain things, we get a quantity and a quality. We get a quantity and we're done. I don't need that anymore. You know? So, Stacy, notice where you are causing yourself hurt by thinking something means something else. I give great thought of what they would love. I go extreme distance with thought and money. All right. Okay. Notice, is that working out for you to be attached? Is that giving you a feeling you want? To think it's something bad, to feel you're making yourself feel bad about it. They're not doing it to hurt you, or maybe they are. I don't know. But notice you have control over the story you tell yourself of the gifts you give. Notice, I give great just thought and money and distance. Good for you. You're giving a gift with strings attached. You are saying, I did all this. You better fucking appreciate it. Okay. Now, maybe you don't use those words. Notice the effort I went to for this. Notice my effort and keep this, even if you don't want it. But there's plenty of stuff I bet you get, Stacy, that you don't want. It's okay. Don't be a gift giver with strings attached because notice what it's doing. You give a best gift, you give a gift, you let it go, you release it, no strings attached. You hope that they like it. If they do, that's okay. And if they don't, that's okay. Notice who feels okay. It's going to be you. Notice when you are attaching a string to a gift, you are the one that's hurting. So examine, is what you're doing giving you the results you want? And if you want to feel bad about it and resentful and all that, you're doing the right thing. If you don't want to feel resentful, you might re-examine why you give gifts, how it may be hard to not have a string attached to it. Now, Kara, put away 4 buckets of laundry, cleaned and dusted. Now, researching that silver and offering to sell it. You got to let us know if what you found out, if they gave you a good estimate. They were probably lowballing you, as you said, because of Brimfield people. You never know it, but you want to feel good about the decision you're making. You know, more laundry and dahlia planting and decluttering old books. I love that you're spending probably a crappy rainy day doing some good stuff. There we go. Yay. And notice, Kimberly, when you have released the tension of the string attached to those things, it's freeing putting them in the car. Thank you for all the advice. It's freeing. Do you want to feel free or do you want to feel resentful? The choice is up to you. Stacy, yeah. Stacy says, seems a lot of people aren't sentimental anymore. They are, but about their own stuff. Here's a thing that I think is really funny. I will share with you. I think it's really curious how when I go on vacation, that I buy a souvenir of my vacation to give to my nieces or nephews. I don't do that. Hey, I went to Italy. Here's a t-shirt. Why do they need a souvenir of my trip? Now, think about it. Being sentimental about objects is something that also drags people down. People may have enough stuff in their house. Maybe your friends have too much things and they don't want any more stuff. So they don't even attach a memory or a feeling to that item. They notice it and they appreciate in the moment, that feeling, that exchange of energy that a gift is. I thought of you. The gift is just an excuse. I was thinking of you. Doesn't it feel good when somebody's thinking about you? Do you have to give a gift? Why are you giving gifts? Why do you give something to somebody? Is it to get something in return? Or is it selfless? A gift is something you give freely. Here's a gift. If you're giving it with strings attached, it's interesting stuff. Yeah, true. A neighbor gave me a gift. I hold on to it in case she comes over. The fear. Notice it was up thread. Kimberly was saying, I'm afraid that I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble if somebody notices I gave them something and they don't see it. And I am not comfortable with saying, "Oh, I love that you were thinking of me, but I'm good with what I have. Thank you, but no." You know? Yeah. So, yeah, and Joanne says, as far as those souvenirs, like, ask yourself, why are you giving gifts? Joanne says, I stopped doing that. It's not like they want a vacation with me. Erin's like, yeah, so true about souvenirs. My daughters asked me, why did Grams bring me a t shirt from her trip to insert European country? Yeah, habit, expectation. There's a wicked lot of souvenir shops around here. I guess I should be buying souvenirs for people. Everybody else is buying something for people at home. Maybe I should be doing it fitting in, trying to do the right thing, trying to not get in trouble. If people expect you to bring, you better bring me home something from your trip. Examine your motives. Yeah. Oops. All righty. The magic of NSA gift is so awesome. It starts spilling out into other areas of your life. No strings attached. I was like, what's that acronym? No strings attached. The fewer strings you have attached, the less attachment. I mean, talk about Buddhism and talk about like Buddhism. Oh, what is that? Buddhism. We can pronounce it all sorts of ways, can't we? Um, is the act of detachment, being detached from the outcome. Attachment can cause pain and suffering. Obviously, you're attached. You can detach yourself and you might feel differently. Now, I love this. Kelly Smith says some of my clients bring gifts when they pick up their dogs. Oh, that's wicked nice. It's usually food, oils, or chocolates. I love those types of gifts because they don't clutter. Yes, anything perishable, edible, flowers, that it exchanges it, but it has a shelf life, a short shelf life. So you are not burdened with it. Food items are the best gifts. Yeah, I've never been to Portugal. Do I have to wear this? Yeah. Try giving gifts that you don't need to control the outcome. Yeah, experiences, consumables, you know? And yeah, examine your motives. Are they honorable? Are they honorable? Or are they going to make you feel bad? Are you doing things because of habit? If your habits are making you feel crappy, try on another habit Think a different thought. Do the opposite. Give something to somebody and practice saying, I hope you like this, but if you don't, feel free to give it away. How would that be? I was thinking of you. I literally give permission when I send something to somebody. I say, hey, I was thinking of you and I'm mailing this to you, and feel free to do whatever you want with it once you see it. I've done this with so many things because some people might be afraid. Again, fear of being judged for what you wanted versus what they did, you know? It's your house. You deserve to be surrounded by stuff you love, not what somebody who might stop by the house does. And if you're judgy about them, you're probably judgy about what you have in yourself. Hey, I love this. Joanne Parkhurst. Totally switched out my dresser to summer clothes during my two lives. Rock on. And I hope that means that summer is coming, right? Because it has been, I feel like, so we were in Ireland a week ago today. We landed just about this time in Dublin, and I swear to God, I feel like we brought the Irish weather back home with us. Um, so yay. I love that you were able to switch things out because different things have different seasons and you use this wisely. I loved it. EP Wesley says cleaning the kitchen while listening. I love it. And Joanne, I love this. Got rid of a box full too. Yes. Notice when the seasons come. If you put away clothing, for example, or seasonal stuff, Christmas decor, that type of thing, you are no longer the person you were when you put it away. Trippy feeling, huh? Last summer, those were the clothes you wore. And last summer, when you put them away, you thought you might wear them again this summer. But since you put it away, things have changed. Now, you may still like those clothes, fit into them, want to wear them again. No big deal. However, with distance, you may get a different perspective. You may have put things away that when you open up that tub and you look, that it looks different. Maybe it looks more fadey. I can't believe I wear a lot, as you know. I'm always wearing a black t-shirt. Some of the black t-shirts I put away last year, I'm like, that is totally ratty looking. Like, I'm not going to wear that. I'm going to buy some new ones. So then I put them in the donation bag. So give yourself an opportunity. Really decluttering. What decluttering is, it is a it is checking in with yourself and your stuff. It is a touch point. It is a touch point meeting with yourself today, your today self, your May 29, 2025 self, your June of 2025 self, and your stuff that you have accumulated up until now, and seeing if they play nicely together. If you still like them and you want to keep them, you keep them. But if something has changed between today you and yesterday's stuff, you are allowed to do something about it. Okay? Now, there we go. I love that Erin Collins is working on the stored clutter and we're playing the shopping game. I love the shopping game. Would I buy this again? Yeah, pretend again, you're the wonderful thing that you have that nobody else on the planet has is your brain, is your imagination. Your imagination is something that they are trying to make AI, and nothing, not a thing will ever replace the human imagination. Can't do it because we all have different synapses and attachments and songs and all of that. So use your imagination to your advantage. You do it already to your disadvantage. You imagine something fearful is going to happen and it stops you. Let's imagine something different. Let's imagine a different outcome. Let's play the game of estate sale. Hey, everybody, let's play estate sale. Pretend this is not my house. Pretend, get some distance. I don't know any of the stories behind any of the items in my home. I turn down the volume on that. Maybe I'm turning up the radio. Maybe I've put on one of my videos in the background and let's play estate sale. I can't hear the stories that these things are telling me. They're just things on a shelf. And I am at somebody else's house and this is their stuff. Notice the distance can give you a different perspective. If I am playing estate sale, what are the things I am not picking up to buy in my home? Maybe you go around, you grab a basket and you pull the things down and you actively bring down the things that you want to keep because you're shopping for them. You're voting, yes, I want this, and putting it in your little shopping basket. It's funny, I have a little shopping basket right down here. This one right here, one of those ones kind of like from, I think this one was from a Ben Franklin store that was going out of business. You're walking around with your little basket and go and do that. Instead of deciding what you don't want, go shopping, put the stuff you do want in a basket, and then notice what's left over. Notice what's left over and be like, huh, interesting. Then get a box, put that stuff in it, donate it, and then you'll have more space for the things you truly want. Okay? Yeah, I love it. Higher ground is saying give people snacks, and I will not be hurt if you pass this on to someone else. Practice saying that. Practice saying that to other people when you do that. Okay? Yeah, Stacy, could you honestly say with a clear heart and a clear conscience, here's a gift. I don't mind if you give it away to somebody else. And if you do mind, notice even that word. I freaking love words are so fascinating. I mind. I mind that. There's something in my mind that is causing me to feel bad if you give away my gift. What is that thing? And the thing in your head is words. Is words are words. The things in your head are words. I'll rewrite that one better when I go do the audiobook. But in the meantime, it's just words in your heads. Words in your head cause your nervous system to feel a feeling. Not all the time. Sometimes there are things that you cannot even define, you cannot put into words and you feel something. That's valid too. But so much of the clutter is the story made of words attached to an inanimate object. If it is attached, it means it can be detached. It came into your life, it was a mug. It came in a box from China. You opened it up. If it's blank, that's a blank mug, whatever. But oh man, if it's got somebody's picture on it or you wrote the saying, you have now attached a story. That's the one I made when I thought I was going to try to sell mugs to my clients. You can also detach the story. At the end of the day, it is just a mug. Maybe somebody else would like it. If I decided to donate this, maybe somebody would go to destinationdecluttered.com and say, hey, that's pretty cool. Where'd that come from? Now, yeah. Now, Danielle is talking about the precious moments in her curio. I feel bad getting rid of them. Notice, I have a thought in my head that is making me feel ugh, bad. And the reason I feel bad is because I have this thought. They were gifts, but I don't know that they bring me joy now. You know what? You know they don't bring you joy now. You're just afraid to admit it because you said it right now. If you truly loved them, you wouldn't be feeling like this about them. You'd be like, ooh, I love these. Let me show them off. I love when I look at them. So notice your body is going, precious moments, boop, boop, boop. Ugh. And then you're feeling like, oh shit, this was a gift. I have attached a bigger story to this. Pretend, pretend, Danielle, again, detach the story. Pretend they weren't gifts at all. Pretend you bought them for yourselves. Pretend you picked them up for free on the side of the road in a box. Tell yourself a different story. Notice how your feeling changes. Those were not a gift from Grammy. Those are something I got off of some free table at the library. Play with this and notice how you shift gears, you shift. You feel differently about things depending upon the story you tell about them. And you are telling yourself a story to make yourself feel a certain way. Okay? If you don't like how you're feeling, tell yourself a different story. Play around with oppositville. If telling yourself this story makes you feel one way, play with telling yourself a different story and noticing how that story makes you feel. And then you get to choose which story you tell yourself, and you are choosing how you feel about something. Now, Gina also has precious moments. I have so many. She says they hold. I feel like I'm like American Sign Language. Those objects hold a special place in my heart. Now, physically, technically, logically, they do not. You do not have a precious moments in your ventricles and I almost said articles, aortas and stuff like that. No. What they do is they are a visual representation of a feeling that causes a feeling. It's a connection between your eyes and your like when you open up a file, it's a trigger to a file in your head that tells a story. It triggers like a little recording. Grammy gave me that. In that recording, that story causes a feeling to be felt in your body. Doesn't matter. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But if it's making you feel ugh, when you'd rather feel hooray or yay or ooh, notice that. What's the story that's causing you to feel ugh? Why are you making yourself feel ugh when you could be feeling ah? Now, notice I'm not saying get rid of them is going to guarantee ah, but notice the tension. If you truly like it, keep it, no tension. If you truly don't like it, get rid of it or rehome it, donate it, get it out of your life if it doesn't make you feel good. Ah, it's no longer there, making me feel ugh. Look it around and even say, what makes me go yay, green light? What makes me say ugh, red light? You know? Oops. Now, all right, Hummels. So notice the things we attach meaning to. And I do this myself. I've got stuff that I attach meaning to, but I like it. And I've decided my decision is I'm going to use this finite amount of space for all these little tchotchkes. And I like how it looks. And I like how when I look up there, it makes me feel. And it's the right quantity and quality and place for it. So it works for me. Where is that off for you? What could you do differently? Now, now, so notice Carla Jane is saying, I have flipped the switch. Now my bestie won't tell me what she wants for her birthday, ever. Interesting. This year I asked her, please be honest. I asked her daughter and pleaded. It was 60, so I wanted it to be big. Maybe she doesn't want it to be big. So she said, let's go eat Mexican local. Cool. She said, let's go to a local outdoor weird ironware place. Okay, cool. Let's just go and hang out. Yeah. Yeah. So notice, you guys, clutter and gifts, physical gifts can weigh you down. You know what might light you up? Is something you can't get when somebody's dead. Spending time with the people you love. Spending quality time with the people you love. And your definition of quality time can vary. Let's go eat local Mexican and go to an outdoor weird place. I don't need anything big. I want something small and meaningful. And meaningful is time with you, connection, creating a memory that doesn't have to be dusted, that I can keep in my heart, that I can store in my heart. You know? Yeah. There we go. I love it. She chose one 8-foot pink iron flamingo to go outside. I freaking love that. Now, notice listening to your friend and giving them what they want. Listen to yourself like a friend. Ask yourself what you want and listen for what yourself says, I want. And it may not be a big thing at all. It could be little, but it could be a huge thing like peace of mind. Now, I love this. Erin Collins says, just found, discovered, because you're in stored clutter decluttering. Just found so many amazing teas and coffees at the back of a neglected cabinet. Yay. I look forward to hearing every day when we do a decluttering, TikTok live or YouTube live when you tune in. I want to hear what tea or coffee you're drinking. That would be fun. Now, Judy says, I have both PM, precious moments, and Hummels in a curio in a corner, and I never look at them. Why keep them? I would have more space without them. Okay. So, what's your answer to the question? Why keep them? Write down your answer. I'm always going to say write down your answer before you speak it so you can read it to yourself so you can remember. You have a thought that's having you hold on to those things. What's the thought? That thought is currently has more power than the allure of free space, you know? Um uh Funny. Yeah. And Kara says too, I'm really picky. So am I. About what I have around me, and it's all vintage. Some people think they know my kind of vintage, but often they don't. And at 60, I really don't need more stuff. Yeah. So notice that. Somebody tries, but they miss the mark. That happens to me a lot too because people think, oh, you like all sorts of old timey stuff. I like very specific old timey stuff. And technically, I don't need a damn thing. Okay. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I love this. Carla Jane, what a story you have. Notice, collect the stories, not the stuff. That could be embroidered on a pillow, but don't embroider on a pillow because then you'll have the pillow and somebody else will have to declutter it. Write it down. Collect the stories, not the stuff. I love that Carla Jane has the buy one get one for the pink flamingos. I had to go get my jacked up truck. She spray painted them hot pink. Now she has two 8-foot hot pink flamingos in her backyard, and we have a story of me having to drive 20 miles an hour down the interstate to get them to her house. Yeah, notice that sometimes the object is just part of the story. Have a memory. Yeah. Okay, so Judy Dukes, if you are keeping your precious moments and Hummels because of the memories, is there another way you could remember the memories without keeping the item? If you would like more space, could you take a picture of each individual Hummel and write down below it in the description of it in your, digital photo album, the story behind it? Do you actually technically need that physical thing to remind yourself of the story? I think a lot of times we have things around us. I mean, think of the word souvenir. Is that I think it's like I will remember something like that. There's a memory attached to it. It's an object that contains a memory. The fear of forgetting that story, the fear of relying on your brain to remember that causes us to hang on to things. But there could be a different way. I literally bought one of these books recently that when everything's a little bit more settled down, I'm going to go through a lot of my stuff and just write down the stories in a book. So instead of a lot of the stuff, I will have a book with the stories. Erin Collins says, anyone want 4 colorful iron flying pigs? Fun. Kelly Smith says, I love wolves. My mom started buying me Christmas gifts and everything was wolf themed canisters, wine glasses. I don't even drink wine, a tea set, shower, all that. I finally had to tell her to stop. Yeah. People think they're doing a good thing. Notice your mom was saying, I was out and I was probably bored and I didn't know what to do with my time. So I went out shopping and I saw this and thought of you. It justified my shopping. Notice you don't want the canisters, but it's nice to know that your mom was thinking of you. It's nice to know people think of you. So let me ask you this. We've got like 10 minutes left of this YouTube live. Are you telling the people you care about you think about them? I got so much better at this during COVID. I am so much more comfortable sending somebody a text out of the blue and instead of buying them an object, taking a picture of something. I saw this and I thought of you. Just wanted to let you know I was thinking of you. A text creates that connection over the miles. Back in the day, we didn't have texts. We had to write a postcard or a note or make a phone call, or society dictated that you had to give somebody a gift for something. Yeah. Patty M, L baskets, I believe you're Longaberger. Don't love them anymore. Just made me realize it. Yeah. What have you collected in the past that you started because it gave you that sense of, oh, I love this, but then kind of, eh, not so much anymore. Yeah. Not so much anymore. That's okay. Coming from what I like to call myself as a recovering collector, it is okay to not like the things that you once brought you joy collecting. Because notice sometimes the process of collecting can be more fun than the actual having of the collection. The hunting and gathering, the story behind how you got it, the unknown, that exciting, what as I like to say, unexpected delights. I like to collect unexpected, delightful experiences now. I don't need to have a souvenir of it. Yeah. Yeah. Now Judy Jukes is saying that sounds like a good idea to take pictures of the Hummels. I had looked them up on a local garage sale site and they were going for 10 cents. Yeah. There are those things that used to cost money. Now don't nobody's buying them. It happens. It happens. Now Carla is asking, Beth, in your opinion, in my opinion, don't you think we overstress ourselves so very much, so much now, not even meaning to? Hell yeah. We do. We do. And the thing is, we don't even notice that we're doing it because we have, if you're like me, you probably have a 24/7 running commentary in the back seat saying, be stressed about this. Could you be stressed? Fear. Fear creates stress. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that this is going to happen. I'm afraid. I just write them all down. I notice. And I notice that that fear is a very baby, a very primal, not primal, like little kid voice. I'm afraid of pain. I'm afraid of being not fitting in. I'm afraid of getting in trouble, being punished for doing something. That really, those are some of the buckets that my fears. I'm afraid of something's going to hurt. So that's also punishment. I'm afraid of not being loved. I mean, talk about a baby not being loved is going to die. So we need to be loved in order to survive. So sometimes, in order to survive and be loved, we do things that later on we find out aren't so good for us. We don't mean to do this. I think it's how we are wired. But if you notice how you are wired, you can then examine what's connected to what wire connects to what result. And then you can say, how about this? Instead of following that synapse, that wire, let's try something else. Let's make a new connection in our head. If that one makes me feel crappy, let's flip it. What would be the opposite? The opposite of the feeling could make me, the opposite of the words could make me feel the opposite of the feeling, and just play with that. Play with the oppositizer. If this thought makes me feel crappy, the opposite could make me feel the opposite. So play with that, you know? Yep. Yep. And here, noticing your anxiety is a good thing. Also, you guys, notice that we have control over what we allow, information we allow into our lives, the quality of it and the quantity of it. And I want high quality information at just the right amount so I know what's going on, but not too much so I feel overwhelmed and shut down and anxious. When I start to feel anxious about it, I notice it and I change the station. I turn down the volume. I shut off the source of that and I remind myself of all the good in the world. Then that grounds me, that recenters me, and that helps me continue on in my day. Yeah. And say, my anxiety, notice my anxiety, I own it. How about an anxious feeling? Distance yourself from what you don't want. My anxiety, I notice the feeling of anxiety. I notice the feeling of anxiety. Where is your anxiety? Where do you feel it? You know? Now, I love this. Erin Collins. If we were doing our own TV show, two neglected cabinets cleaned out and reorganized. Write this down. Write this down to remember it the next time you're not starting something. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. It was not as difficult. It did not take as much energy or time to do those cabinets as I thought it would. I had a thought and a fear that it was going to take a long time, but then as I got it done, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. Isn't that a cool idea? Notice that some of you, I've heard this, it's going to take forever. It won't. You will get to a point with your clutter, with the amount of stuff in your house that feels right to you. And on the way to feeling that exact right, kind of balance right for now, you will feel better every 10%. Every 10%, you will be feeling, you will be breathing easier. It's like losing weight a pound at a time incrementally. You're not suddenly going to get to losing 25 pounds, but on the way there, you feel better with each little chunk you do. Yeah. And notice that. Write down the things you thought were going to happen that didn't happen at all. Yeah. Now, Stacy, notice this. If I just had the money versus the stuff I bought over the years, I could retire early and be a millionaire. Interesting thought. Okay, notice that. Notice that now you can't go back and change the past. What you can do, though, is learn from it. You can change your memories of the past to do something different here in the present to get you the future you want. Okay? But notice, all of us have regrets. You cannot change technically what happened in the past, but you can change how you think and feel about it. Learn from the things that make you feel crappy. Okay? And do something different. Think a better thought. Think a different thought. I don't have the money. I do have the stuff that I bought. How about stopping right now? Stacy Babbage. How about saying, I will no longer buy things that I might regret and I'm going to save the money. I'm going to notice the amount of money I spent a lot on gifts. It didn't give me that long-term feeling that I wanted to. Right now, I think that money would be better spent in a high interest, high yield savings account so I can retire early. But then also notice, seriously, everybody, at a certain age, what do you want? What's your destination retirement? What do you want to spend your time doing in retirement? Because you know what? A lot of us have gifts from people that are retired and they don't know what to do with their time. So they shop and they give us gifts. What kind of retired person do you want to be? Where do you want to spend your money and your time? Okay. Start planning on that. Okay. 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 Listen to me. Okay. Oh, you know what? Now here's a funny thing. We got 1 minute. I almost said an hour. We have 1 minute, but here's a fun thing. Those of you on the mailing list, and hopefully you all are, if you aren't, this is how you get on the free mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com. Sign up for the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you already know because you've checked the secret page. I will always be reminding you to look at the secret page. The secret page is showing you that we have a bonus YouTube live tonight. Tonight. We're going to party tonight. I don't know. Detroit, Rock City. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. See, I gave it away. I gave away now. We also have more TikTok lives and YouTube lives and an F ton of parties. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one goes to 11. June goes to 11. We have 11 declutter parties on my calendar. They will happen. Tickets are not available yet. I have to do a lot of behind the scenes things, but look at the list. I shared the list early so you could look that list compared to your calendar. Where can you show up? Pencil it in. Pencil it in. Tonight, can you show up for a YouTube live? Set a reminder, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, Friday, May 30th, is a TikTok live and a YouTube live. Saturday, May 31st is a declutter party. Sunday, we've got stuff going on. And I don't always do Sundays, but I felt like it. Monday, we've got stuff going on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and beyond. Okay? Aunt May and Uncle Ben says, is it free? Declutter parties have a ticket price. $20, 10 of that, 50% of that goes to a local charity. Um, so that's why there's tickets available. You get a Zoom link. Um, Hope that helps. Okay. Ooh, it's 11:01 and I want to see what's going on down the basement. I also have coaching to do and I've got some fun stuff going on. Okay. But sign up for the mailing list. The mailing list is free. The mailing list gives you access to all this stuff. Destinationdecluttered.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, put in your email, hit submit, pretend, promise you're not a robot, and you have access to the free page. And Leslie says they're worth every penny. And notice, this is why I charge for the parties. You appreciate things you pay for. Because if it was free, you'd do something different. You paid for something, you struggle to get rid of it. You buy something, if it was free, maybe not so much. So notice that and use it to your advantage. And the YouTube live tonight is free. So thank you, Judy. So we hit what's free and what's paid for. But in the moment, I'm going to sign off now. Becky Ridgway, what a great way to end. Becky Ridgway just dropped 5 bags off at the Goodwill. High five, my friend. High five. And I look forward to hearing everybody's decluttering successes, decluttering your head, decluttering your heart. Let's see what kind of day we have. Let's make it a good one and check in with each other at 8. All right.